Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity and practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, welcome back to Reframe Mindset Podcast. My name is Constant Brooks, and this episode we talk about is, you know, I'm doing this new work, and this new work has a lot more people and stuff. And the thing about it is that, what I realized going through the pandemic and all, what I forgot about was we're going back to normalcy. We're going back to normal. So, and what I realized was I never actually was in the working world that much. The first job that I got was a remote work. It was a startup and a remote, and then eventually I go remote. So eventually, what I realized is that when I'm going up the levels, I'm doing with bigger, bigger company and interacting with more and more people. And what will happen is that I'm a person that basically just like to do things myself, but it's more teamwork. And I can actually do it. But what happens is that the different personalities, you deal with people younger, older than you, and then no, I'm middle age. Not middle age in the sense that no, I'm mid in my mid are coming out, I'm reaching the so I'm not in my mid twenties anymore. I'm going down to the ending 20s. That's basically what and what happened is that you're doing people older and you have people younger than you. And they ask, what happened is that the weird thing is that you're interacting, you're socializing, and then you're socializing with people that you have gone through their phases and you're seeing the personality that they had. I remember that, bro, you had that personality at that age and you have to tolerate it now. I did you at your age now. I did it. What will happen is that you have your personality you have your at your current age, and there will be people older than you now that has to tolerate your age, your behavior at your age, and you think that you're mature in that. You think that you're mature because this whole pandemic you're being isolated and going through most of this stuff on your own. You know, when you're starting dealing with people again, you realize, oh my God, we're back to normalcy. You're back to normalcy now. So you're dealing with people. And the elderly part comes back into it again. And you realize, oh my God, bro. Now I'm back to being the person trying to regain my spot and building up my reputation again. I'm back to zero, trying to build up my reputation again because I'm to them I'm just basically a young person again, just starting life. Still, so regardless. So it's that's the really funny scenario about assimilating a bigger company is that you're having all these personalities from various background, different ages, and you have to actually coexist. And and the thing is that my journey was for me to have this solitary dream life, not really solitary, but me being my domain. But then real life happens, and you have to go back and assimilate in this big company culture. And you go back, and then when you go back in the big company culture, all the high school BS that you went through is there, and it's like, oh my God. And one of the thing is all the curses that you're trying to break or stuff like that. The reason why most of it doesn't get breaks or why generational curse doesn't mean break is because you get assimilated in this group culture and this what is that you have a lot of peer pressure in this group culture. So when you go there you have all this, people tell you that, yo, you have to do this and do that and stuff. And you have to be strong enough to be like, you know, you have to be strong enough to hold your composure. Will I able to do it? You don't know. But the thing about it is that the good thing is that I hold it this far where I'm in a more power position now to, if I'm able to be more dominantly. I have to be more assertive with myself. It's not something that I work on, it's something I have to do, be more assertive in my stance and such. But you have to, it's really interesting, and that's the thing when you're coming out of university and stuff like that, and going through a big culture, or whatever places that you go in this new environment with a lot of people, assimilating, getting into that new culture or new environment is going to take some time. It's going to take some time, and you just have to be strong enough to push through that phase. And that's the thing. You have to just push through that phase before you can. And that's the thing you're gonna realize with various phases of life. If we're starting this podcast, they just start off smoothly because it's not a traditional thing. I had to go through the shaming phase, and then boom, I get in the comfortable phase now. That's with everything. The new company, you have to go through the anxiety and the assimilating phase, and then boom, you're just comfortable again. Yeah, so that's how you really have to do it until maybe when you're in your 40s and 60s, you realize that, oh, you don't care anymore. You just basically focus on you now. But when you're younger, all these feelings, the self esteem and all those stuff is still there. It's still there. So like normal human tendencies are still there. Mhm. So that's basically it for this episode. Thank you for listening. I look forward for the next episode. Yeah.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.